Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Because now I know when something happens in our lives that is unexpected, you have to go into it in order to ever have any hope of coming through it. So when you go, guess what? When you come out the other side, you grow.
Brought out more in me than I thought that I didn't even know that I had.
That has given all of us a great hope for what we can do with our own messages, our abilities to deliver, but most importantly, to deliver it in an authentic and very, very intriguing way.
Have you ever been in something or felt something where the only way you felt you could deal with it was to leave, get away? I thought that was the meaning of control. It took me 4.5 years to stop looking around the room of my life, of my journey, of my purpose, digging in cushions for a remote that never existed. Looking, re-looking, going back and upgrading, bringing in and pulling out things that do not serve you must go. Those things out in this world that are designed to bring us down, to keep us down, put their foot on our neck and whisper to us that we're never good enough, they don't whisper. They yell at us from all directions, top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner, 365 days. When somebody asks you about yourself, don't you dare whisper. When they ask you to raise your hand, don't you dare half raise it. When they ask you something good about you, you scream it with all you have. Come on now, get up, get up. Tell me who you are. Show me who you are. Greatest truth of all, that not everyone has to remain lost. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, everybody, welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. The bathrobe's right there. I'm feeling kind of bathrobeless today, so there we go. Good morning, how you doing today? Welcome to the show. Dr. Lauren here with you. And listen, it's going to be you and I today, unless one of the people that I've reached out to in the 11th hour can come in and join us. It'll just be us today. But you know, our guest that was supposed to be here today, Geeta Sidhu-Robb, is not feeling well. And so she can't join us. Unfortunately, we'll get her back here eventually. But in the meantime, the show must go on, right? So there you go. There you go. So happy to be here with you. Let me see. Let's start with some announcements, shall we? We're going to start with this. Yes, sirree, that's right. Mindset Revolution. Last night we had no webinar because we took a break. We've been going hard and harder and heavy and heavier and getting it done. I wanted to give everybody a little break, so we took this week off. We will be back next week, the 23rd, I believe that date is, and we have a co-presenter, Andrea Fung, will be here. Here is that code. Scan it now. How do you do this? Man, that's hard. Wait. I should come from this way. Wait, there it is. Now, how do I show my? This is really tough. It's like rubbing your head and patting your belly at the same time. There it is. Scan that code, won't you? I'm going to pop it upstairs. There it is up in the top there, and I can take this one off. Please scan that code and reserve your seat for the Mindset Revolution. The one that's coming up on the 23rd is with Andrea Fung. She is an ex-lawyer turned transformational coach from Australia, and she is bringing us a two-week series, two-week series, all about joy. I've got the joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. I've got the joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. Remember that? Oh my God. Sherry McQueen, good morning to you. Good morning. Yes, the joy. Joy is a very transformational power. I don't know if you know that or not, but it certainly is. And so that's what we're going to do starting on the 23rd, next Wednesday, and then wrapping it up 1 week after that. So scan that code, share it out, bring as many people as you can. It's going to be a joyful time, right? Also, if you are in or around the Charlotte, North Carolina area, or you are around your device, your computer, because we will be live streaming. Look at this. And Sherry, you'll be happy. Jason Cisneros. I talked to my bud last night. He's going to be joining us. Big Country. Brian, Big Country Conwell, confirmed today because he's in the area there. He's going to be joining us. Martha Katawi from Trauma X. You see the logo. And Tracy Randolph, who lives, remember her? Yes, she is the host of the Whole Living Show right here on Trajectory TV, E360, and also Fem Talk here on E360 and Trajectory TV. So we are going to be unearthing the underlying benefits of your trauma. Now, what if your trauma was the beginning and not the end? You know how Dr. Lauren feels about some trauma. I love me some trauma. Why? Because I know for a fact, should you receive it, trauma is that literal moment that what is greater than has literally marked you for greatness. That's right. Well, what about all those subsequent traumas? Well, those are gentle love nudges from the universe, reminding us that, don't forget, yes, you were indeed marked for greatness. So we're going to identify the hidden lessons within your most challenging experiences, how to transform pain into purpose, and discover how trauma can be a launching pad. That's right. Get you out of your seat and on your feet. We're also going to help people shift from victim to victor, using your story as fuel for your future. And finally, how to begin healing on a different level by honoring where you've been. so that you can make it to where you need to go. You don't need to relive the pain to reveal its power. Come ready to rise, won't you? That is going to be, actually, because there's no date on here. The date is Saturday. I'll be speaking on Friday to, I think it's 500 to 700 social workers. Also, let me, hold on. Social workers, foster parents, people like that, for the Mecklenburg County DSS, Department of Social Services. I'll be speaking on Friday, the 25th, and then on Saturday, the 26th, at 11 a.m. Eastern, that's 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will be live streaming, and it is a round table talk. So you'll see some of us in person having a round table talk, but we'll be bringing in also some people virtually. So if you'd like to be a part of that, just any of my social media sites. It's going to be on all my pages, but we're going to promote hard and heavy starting next Monday. We don't want to do it too soon because people forget. What am I eating on today? Oh, I had another friend sign up for the Metabolic Balance program a couple days ago. Congratulations, Tammy Williams from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Dr. Jane informed me that Tammy will be coming aboard, and Charles Maddox is. Matter of fact, I think he got his information and his food and everything in the mail yesterday. We talked last night, and so many of us are ready to do better. How can you watch virtually? That's what Sherry wants to know. Sherry's going to be on all of my social media platforms, but then all of the people who are there, it'll be on Tracy's, it'll be on Martha's, it'll be on Jason Cisneros on his page. We're going to get a list out for you, and during the shows leading up to it, starting Monday, during the show, I'm going to put a list of links in the comment section so you can know exactly how to join us. It's going to be a great time, and it is interactive. So we're going to be bringing in people who want to speak to the subject. So we'll be posting a link, a StreamYard link, where you can come in and speak to the world on your particular experience and how you see trauma in your life. And so I want to ask, Sherry, are you still doing the long distance Reiki? Are you doing that? Someone was asking me about that not too long ago, and I wasn't sure. So here's, you know what? Hold on. That's the only thing about there not being a guest. It's hard to eat my breakfast, which I need to get done. All right. Okay. Sherry is still doing it. Good. I'll messenger you after the show. Here's what I'm having today, you guys. It's amazing how this metabolic balance diet, I was telling Charles Maddox this last night. I just have more and more. I know we had the doctor here last week who was talking about the carnivore diet. Girl, I'm serious. I just am more inclined to eat my vegetables raw. I don't even like cooking them anymore. So today I'm having some summer squash, you know, the yellow kind, right? Some avocado and some carrots. Ordinarily, that carrot is good. Ordinarily, I would not eat carrots on the air because they get all in between your teeth. But some of you may not know this. I am the cheapest, the most frugal person ever. And they had those little bags, you know, of these carrots, about a week ago, on sale. Buy one, get one free. And I already had two in the crisper. I bought them. Now, looks like Brian and I are going to be having carrots breakfast, lunch, and dinner for at least 2 or 3 more days. Because I will not waste food. I will not do it. So, what do we want to talk about? It's just us. Sherry, you have any ideas? What's on your mind today? Let me see if any of these people have responded. It's hard sometimes when you reach into people at the last second. Let me see. I'm shocked. Let me call him. I'm gonna call Charles. I'm actually gonna call him. I know what I want to talk about to get things started. Have any of you look, I'm put on speaker. Have any of you noticed that wheat? You said hey, I said wheat. You're live. I'm talking to you while I'm on the show.
Okay.
What are you doing?
In the car.
When are you going to be home?
About 15 minutes.
You want to come in? I'll send you a link.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, because we're talking about whatever we want to talk about, because Dr. Geeta was sick this morning, so it's just us.
Who's us?
Me, myself, and the viewers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Send me the link.
Okay, I'll send you the link. All right, great. Okay, bye. Okay, so Charles is going to come in. Where should I send it? I'm going to send it in email. So anyway, how interesting that my mouth stops talking when I'm trying to do two things at once. Who knew? Maybe I should always try. Oh, let me tell you. I know what I want to talk about. Woo-wee. I wish she was here, but it's, I think, the middle of the night in Australia. Hold on. Sorry, there goes a piece of carrot to Charles. Now, last night or yesterday. Oh, the Zoom thing. Let's go in there for a second. That was interesting. Yes. There's the StreamYard link, Charles. Now let me just tell him where I sent it. I dropped it in the subject line of an email. Okay, so let me come back. Ooh. Yesterday, I was on a Zoom call, doing a coaching call, and then got off and couldn't get on Zoom. I couldn't go to the next one. And I saw stuff on the screen I had never seen before. I left and came back, and then it said, shut down, could be a virus, this and the other. Apparently, I think it said 65,000 people were affected by the Zoom outage. Did any of you experience that? Mm-hmm. I think it's called Mio. The flavored water stuff. I love it. I am not kidding you. It makes me drink so much water, which I need. Because when I don't put that in there, this is what happens. I have like 12 of these around this studio, half drank. Right? Does anybody remember the first time you saw bottled water? I do. And I was like, quit it. There ain't no way in the world I would spend money on something that's free like water. We all know how that turned out. Did you say that? Did any of you say there's no way you're going to buy bottled water and you do? Who knew, right? Who knew? So anyway, that Zoom thing was kind of weird because, here's why. Everything was shut down. We forget how one little thing. I remember when, back when COVID had started, Sherry says yes. Excuse me. I remember when COVID had started and toilet paper was becoming scarce. Remember that? Matter of fact, we just used up the Scott toilet paper, which I nothing against you, Scott. Don't sue me, but I will not buy you again. One sheet is like single ply. And it feels like delicatessen paper, right? I was like, oh, my Lord. And I bought a boatload of them because no wonder they were the ones left over, the last ones to go, so to speak. But anyway, and I would go to the grocery store and I'd have like 2 or 3 different outfits in the back seat of the car, glasses and hats, because I thought, because they said only so many per customer. So I'd get the max, go to the car. I'd be there when they opened. Remember that? Be a line of people standing outside of the grocery store waiting for them to open. And then I'd get my quota. I'd go back to the car. I'd change clothes, put on a floppy hat and dark glasses, hide behind a newspaper, and go in the store. Do it again. Do it again. What was, Lord? Brian and I, my husband, we were laughing a couple of weeks ago. I think it was when Tammy Williams was staying here because we were having the baby. And we were talking about the dumbest things we did in the beginning of COVID. So one of ours was, I saw something on Facebook where some Jamaican people had their faces underneath towels over a pot of steaming citrus fruit. So oranges, limes, grapefruit, whatever. It was a plethora of citrus fruit. And of course I did it. It was supposed to, the steamy heat and the citrus was supposed to kill the virus. So anyway, the reason I brought that up and in conjunction with yesterday's Zoom outage was how quickly we can panic. How long is this going to last? Oh, what's this mean? And you just feel helpless. It was during the pandemic where I went to my husband. I said, can you imagine if we didn't have internet and we didn't have gasoline? We would virtually be frozen. Think about it. We wouldn't be able to go anywhere unless you walked or biked or ran or crawled. Kind of scary, right? So anyway, I made a post late last night before I went to bed that spoke to when the student is ready. I heard you, Sarah McQueen. The teacher will appear, right? And that happened to me during this blackout of Zoom yesterday. Because I had a 15-minute fast action call with Andrea Fung. She's in Australia. I got to talk about that too. Next Wednesday's webinar up in the corner. Because Andrea's the person who I'm co-presenting with. All about joy. So anyway, she's an ex-attorney turned transformational coach. So she had a 15-minute fast action. So what I did to pivot really quickly, because there was no Zoom, was I sent out StreamYard links, right? So anyway, we come in there. We didn't realize how we were simply because Zoom wasn't readily available. So we go inside. We can finally get there. I'm like 6 minutes late. Big surprise there. I'm like 6 minutes late. I don't see her because it's a two-step process, you know, if you've ever been on StreamYard. So anyway, long story short, when we finally got in there, my phone rang because everybody's up in arms. It happened to be Charles because Dr. Michelle Arjona, who is also a coaching client, is headed to Costa Rica. I'll be there. We're going, I think it's the 5th of June for the menopause special, right? So she's asking questions. She's about to buy her plane ticket. And so I forget to say, excuse me, Andrea, for just a second. And I just start talking into my phone to Charles about whatever's going on. Is that him? And so then I get done after like 2 minutes of dictation. And Andrea is looking at me like, oh, so you just go spit in my face by talking on the phone. And you didn't excuse it. She didn't say it like that. I can laugh about it now, but woo, girl, let me tell you, because it's my last call of the day. It's a 15-minute fast action call. I'm trying to stop the good Dr. Hannah from hitting the purchase my plane ticket button until I get confirmation because I knew nothing about this, And because I didn't say, excuse me, so Andrea goes, Dr. Lauren, I just love this girl. Dr. Lauren, so you didn't excuse yourself. You just 1 second you're talking to me, and then you're off doing something else. And I'm gonna just tell you, it felt disrespectful. And here I go. Disrespectful? I'm just telling you how it left me feeling. Oh, so you all up in your feeling. Oh, my Lord. We went down through there, but she stood her ground. She stood her ground. And before you know it, she had whipped me back around to a place of learning and understanding. And I am telling you, see, here it is. What did Maya Angelou say? You all have seen it. I've shown it. I might show it again this morning. Just do right, she said, right? You don't have to ask anybody what's right. Just do right. I know it by heart. It may not be expedient. It may not be profitable, but it will satisfy your soul, and it'll protect you in ways that bodyguards never could. And so, but she opens up that little snippet. I think it's 3 minutes and something. She says, if you're going to teach, you must be willing to live your teachings. That's exactly how she does it, right? And yesterday, I had to live my teachings because what did I do? First thing I did, oh, you're going to take this personally. Never heard of the 4 agreements? While I'm telling her about herself and not taking things personally, what was I doing? Making assumptions. Breaking one of the 4 agreements, my damn self. And was fighting. I was fighting. I just knew I was right. Which my husband says, but he's biased, so I don't know how much of that we can take. I'm looking for a grain of salt. Anyway, it took us, it was a 15-minute call, supposedly. It had been 30 minutes before we were finally like wore out, and we're like, okay. If I had a white flag, I would have been waving it. And she would have, and she's, what we learned from it, I said, wait a minute. I'm always saying to people, when things like this happen and something jumps in unexpectedly, and you're going, why is this happening? Oh, hold on. What could be in front of us that is so wonderful that these forces are trying so hard to keep us from it? So I brought that in, and instantly we both started. I felt like I was sitting on my mama's lap, and she was like, you remember that when you were crying, somebody did something, hurt your feelings? Good morning, Lori. Remember that when you were a kid, or if you had kids, and you're like, Zeke, call me a booty. Please. That was me. Oh my God. What are you trying to tell me? And that was me, right? So instantly I felt like when my mom was like rubbing me, it's okay, just breathe, honey. Just breathe. It'll be okay. Just breathe. It was so interesting. And then we got to the ooey gooey chewy center of that Tootsie Pop. See that candy coated hard shell is the fight for what is right. See, we could have just said, well, you know what? I'm out of here. Bye. Because I even said, you probably said, I can't stand his ass. And I was like, ooh, that bitch. Right? We could have, but we didn't. We stood our ground until we were so worn out that we had said, wait a minute, what are we doing? What's really in here trying to distract us from the work? You know, seriously, you guys. And the minute he don't want to put on a robe. If you don't button that robe up, Charles, you ain't getting in here. And if you start talking nasty, I'm putting you out like I did the other day. Now watch this. This is how I'm gonna get him all mixed up in his mind. I just warned him about talking nasty. Now I'm gonna do this. Ooh, this avocado so delicious. Just delicious. Love me some avocado. Now see, that's enough to set him off. Oh.
Hey.
That's a little bit more than a plunging neckline.
What do you mean? What's going on?
Put it in the comments. What y'all think I mean? I love that robe, though. What do those letters spell? Versace. Is that real?
Well,
Is it a knockoff?
no, it's no, I wouldn't wear a knockoff.
I would. Matter of fact, got one right over there. The one from our show.
Yeah, no. This is real.
Turn your volume up. I know what is that lip stuff? What in the world? You wearing makeup? What you pulled it out, you see what he did? Charles,
Yes.
did you smoke some weed or something?
No, not at all. I don't smoke.
Wait a minute. Why does your volume sound so wacky? Wonky?
Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
I'm glad you're here. We were talking about that Zoom outage yesterday. Are you in Florida right now?
I am.
Did you experience it?
Zoom outage? No.
Yeah, it was a nationwide Zoom outage late in the day.
I wasn't on Zoom.
Oh, people freaked out. I got in an argument with Andrea Fung.
Okay.
Because I had to send out. I was just talking about how quickly we panic when things happen in the world that we don't have control over. What is that?
Just some eyeshadow.
Eyeshadow doesn't go on your eyebrows.
Huh?
Eyeshadow goes here.
Yeah, no, there's just some eyeliner. So how are you? What were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about that. I was just stalling, and I was showing them, hey, you know what? I want to see if that happens with you. I told them you and Tammy Williams are on the metabolic balance thing.
I am. I'm loving it.
Right?
Yeah.
But you know what's happening with me?
What?
I am more and more taking all my vegetables raw. I just love them raw. I know I had a doctor last week talking about carnivore.
You're taking it raw?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, raw. Raw is good. Raw is good. You know what I'm saying?
It is, but my body is like demanding it.
Yeah. I mean, I still have some cravings. I was watching something last night on Netflix, and just some Asian stuff. It was like a noodle show, and I'm like, man, I wanna dive into that. You know what I'm saying?
A noodle show?
Yeah, it's like a noodle show, where like pasta, noodles, and stuff like that. And I definitely want to go to Asia. I want to go to
me too.
Japan and China and stuff like that. We should get some of our followers together and friends and
go
and do a food trip to Asia. How cool would
I want to go to Thailand and Singapore.
I've been to Thailand. The food in Thailand is good, but I think that in Asia it's going to be a little bit more better.
You can't do that. You can't use more and better.
Well, yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit more.
More interesting.
I think so.
Danny Torres went on to Thailand, and he did a post where he was with one of those Bengal tigers. I said, did we learn nothing from Siegfried and Roy? Nothing. Yeah. I mean, he all in the cage, laying all over the tiger. I was like, boy, are you crazy?
I did ride the elephants while I was out in Thailand, which was nice.
Now you know better than talk about that girl like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, no. Yeah.
What is this thing with the eyeliner?
No, I do that in the morning just to add a little tone and depth.
Oh, who knew? Yeah. Let's talk about how comfortable are you talking about your scare last week? When you didn't you go to the hospital or almost went?
I actually did. I think it was a cross between stress, inflammation, oxidative stress.
What's that?
Well, it's like inflammation, oxidative stress.
Never heard of that.
That's what actually kills us. To be honest with you, it's oxidative inflammation and oxidative stress.
Wait, touch on that, would you please? Oxidative.
Well, I'm not a doctor, but
Avocado, banana, milk, and a touch of honey.
oxidative stress and inflammation is what builds up in our bodies. That so when somebody passes away from diabetes, it's from inflammation and oxidative stress. It's not per se from the diabetes. I was headed to my mom's, and the stress literally was just coming out my eyes. I mean, I felt like I was going to have a heart attack or a stroke. And
you don't think it was a panic attack?
No, it was I was eating a lot of bad food. And
Really?
yeah, the reality of it is it started catching up on me. I mean, when you think of these, I was looking at some of these foods, and even like Snickers is made with like a white powder that they turn into this little paste, and the same with potato chips. It comes from a white powder that they turn into this stick of paste that they end up cutting and then turning that into a potato chip. Potato chips aren't potatoes. Yeah.
You know what? I believe you. You know why? I saw a thing yesterday or day before yesterday, recently, where they were showing, a guy was showing literally in a store. It was in the UK, but if it's over there, it's over here, where they were taking the bad scraps of meat and they have a meat glue.
Yeah.
That glues it together to make it look like a prime cut.
Yeah, exactly.
Meat glue.
No, you're right. It's a disaster. I got to a point where, I didn't go that same day. I went the next day. And just checked myself in real quick and just wanted to just double check. And then that's when I actually started copying some of your recipes, because I didn't have my metabolic balance plan yet. So I said, you know what, let me look at what Lauren's doing, and I followed what you were doing. And honestly, it's been a game changer for the last 5 days here, 5 days. I've lost weight, eating fantastic, feeling much 1,000 times better. So it's metabolic balance is a serious thing, because when you really think about it, even though it goes on based on the blood, but it's really about, putting the proper foods into our body and doing the right things and having discipline and self-control. A lot of us don't have discipline and self-control. And tonight, somebody's headed home after work, and they're going to go stop at some local fast food place, and they're going to go grab something that literally is a processed nightmare. I mean, if you look at McDonald's French fries, it had 19 ingredients. If you look at sushi, I mean, everything has, added sugar.
Sushi.
In the sugar, they add sugar in the rice.
Okay, well, that ain't so bad.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the things.
Guess what? Here's another thing. Right now, as we speak, and Lori wants to know, do you brush your mustache with mascara as well?
I do. Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about how we hide all those gray hairs, because you know where it'll end up. I'm just saying. Ooh, I remember that day when I saw that first gray hair, that first gray pubic hair. I swear, I wanted to just run and jump off the nearest bridge. I was like, what? Now it's no big deal. I got them here, and these hairs in the ear coming off the lobe, and what in the world?
But you know what? We should actually really embrace it. I was looking at a young girl who passed away, who starred in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Gossip Girl. I think she couldn't be no more than late 20s, early 30s. And
the blonde?
No, the dark-haired one.
Okay, what happened?
Yeah, she just passed away a couple of days ago.
What happened?
Died of diabetes. Yeah. That young. And I'm like, you know what? We should embrace age and
do it.
I
take that back, y'all.
I don't look at somebody who's 80 or 90 and say they're old. Man, they have survived the madness of this world. They have survived the chaos that, whether it's a sickness or plane crash or being mugged or whatever it might be, they've survived.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are hiding away because we get a gray hair. No, bring the gray hairs on. It's a beautiful thing.
I know that's right. I put that in the category of aging gracefully.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm gonna run upstairs. Oh, two things. Guess what's up there right now on the stove? I'm gonna post later. Never tried it in my whole life, but it's the metabolic balance. I'm telling you, my body is not just responding to what it needs from me and getting me aboard.
Yeah.
It's literally, remember when I told you, Charles, when I hung my food list on the refrigerator, you guys, I used to have that. Do I still have that in here? Literally what happened was I was staring at the food list, like there were things on there, gooseberries, for instance, that I was not familiar with. I have gotten them now since then, and I love them. So my body knew things that I didn't consciously, I was not aware of, but my body knew you're gonna like these. So far, all the stuff that's on the list, even things that I did not know about, I like. They're a natural fit. I'm like, how did you know if I'd never had it, body? How did you know that was even out there? How did you know it existed? You see what I'm saying? So here's the deal. Guess what I have on the stove right now?
What's that?
And because it is this metabolic balance thing, you buy so much fresh stuff. I had to learn how to rotate because I go and buy up 2 carts full of fresh stuff. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's getting ready to rot. I threw out 2 bunches of asparagus last week and I nearly had to lay down and cry. I was so heartbroken throwing those because they're expensive. $3 and something a bunch, right? Through 2 of them. That won't happen again. So anyway, I looked and I said, look at all these tomatoes, because I got on the relaxed part and suddenly I can have tomatoes, but I don't want them to waste. So I said, well, what can we do? We've got this turkey, ground turkey. Why don't we have spaghetti tonight? Right. So I am making right now homemade sauce from scratch. I got the boiling water, scored the tomatoes, put them in the ice bath, peeled them, mushed them up, put the olive oil, put the garlic and the so it's up there on low. I feel like I'm in one of those Goodfellow movies. They always make it a pot of sauce. So I have a bunch of mushrooms that I'm going to use in it, and I'm very excited about it. So there's another thing that has come from this wellspring of newness, and that I'm trying things that I've never tried. You ever made sauce from scratch?
No. And to your point, this is such, it's not easy too, because, remember Dr. Sarah said we're still in our mind, we still have the addiction. So, part of me is eating this way, but then I'm thinking, man, I'd love to have some pho, or some amazing. So are you making pasta actually?
I am, but I've been using this pasta before I even did this. Okay. I use pasta made from chickpeas.
Okay. Oh.
Or spinach.
Yeah. Because you could eat chickpeas. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and spinach. Right.
Yeah.
So I've used that pasta, which I was doing anyway. Because I like it because when you boil it, you get clear water.
Yeah, I like that.
Not starchy water.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And it's a little denser. Yeah. But once you get used to something, it's a nice trade-off.
Let me ask you, when if you look at Pamela Anderson right now and you see she's doing the whole natural thing, when did you say to yourself, this is me, this is the best I'm looking in that mirror and this is it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not the young sexy thing anymore. This is my reality. When did you say to yourself that?
In a good way or a negative way?
In a good way.
Oh, that's easy. 10 years ago when I did the original transformation.
Okay.
And I woke up during my colonoscopy. So really at 50. I accidentally woke up and I was looking at the screen.
Yeah.
and they had the scope, and I
Yeah.
saw all of this supple, internal everything,
Yeah.
all pink and white, and I was like, ooh, I was like, I woke up and all I could think about was, can you imagine if we had glass bottom front? You know what I mean? And I'd be like, ooh, Charles, have you seen your spleen lately? What's going on with that, and it made me think, wait a minute.
Oh my
What
God.
about those areas I'm not, because, I had a great report. There were like a couple little small polyps. They removed them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was a great report. It made me feel great. But
Yeah.
it woke me up to the unseen. And I said, well, I can't see in there, but I can hear from in there because my
Yeah.
body will talk
Yeah.
to me. So that's what did it for me. And I'm telling you, it was an unrude awakening.
No, I'm talking about more like the physical. When you look in the mirror and say, this is it.
That was during that same period.
Okay.
The universe set it up. I told you I had accidentally caught myself like this. Yeah, I'll show him. There he is again. He here. Same weight. This guy. I accidentally looked over in the mirror in my bedroom and it scared me. I jumped. I'm not kidding you. I did this. I looked over. I was like, whoa! I didn't know it was me. And I said, I'm not kidding you. I swear I thought I was looking at the Black Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Good evening. See, look at him. Right. And that's what I said, because I had purposely, for 35 years, shaved my head.
Yeah.
Shaved my face, washed my face, and brushed my teeth in the shower.
Yeah.
To avoid looking in the mirror. Social media.
What?
Yeah, social media. Ask Brian. When he met me, I didn't have any pictures in my profile. Nope, I had the silhouette. If anybody had pictures on their phone of me, it was like this. Because they say, I see them taking a picture, I do this. I did not like me. I didn't.
Wow.
I did not. I didn't like looking in windows.
Wow.
Any reflective surface.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it had nothing to do with the outside. It had everything to do with the inside.
Yeah.
And that's when I started changing. That's why, to me, it's still amazing. When I look around, I see like those covers and things. I literally, Charles, it was the trauma and the esteem issues and things. I used to literally, in the midst of that, I had severe depression. I mean, where you can't get out of bed. You're 2 feet from the shades and you won't open them. You can see light coming through the slats. I would take blankets and hang it over it so no light would come through. And I remember actually pulling my face in the mirror and asking God, why did you give me this face? Oh my God, I hate this face. I mean it. And it was deep.
Wow.
It really was. So I don't wish that upon anybody. Have you ever dealt with depression?
Well, no, not really. Not really. No, I've had a couple of days morning, and that day is just screwed, and you are in a depressed state. And I probably had one maybe about 8 months, 6 months ago where it's not a nice thing. But no, I was just saying, because it's an interesting thing when you get to a point where, of course we want to look our best, but we're not worried about what anybody thinks about our age or growing older or how we look anymore. Because sometimes you see, even let's say a celebrity who you say, man, that person's not the best looking person, but that's them. If you look at Willem Dafoe, I mean, he's Willem Dafoe. He's going to look the way he is. If you look at even like Denzel right now, I mean, he's looking so much older. And but you have to be confident in yourself, but still want to take care of yourself. But I think it's a great place where you get to a point where you don't have to try to keep the face looking a certain way and get plastic surgery and do all of this kind of stuff because we are going to be what we are. It's the reality of it. And, you know, especially if you have someone in your life where you don't have to worry about, you know, Brian is not worrying about, you know, how per se your face looks today, or if you got a gray hair, or if you're getting a little bit older. It's a beautiful thing to have someone that you don't have to per se, you know, look to impress all of these people, where you could just wake up in the morning and be you and know that person still loves you.
True. Know? Very important. Now, let me okay. Let's be transparent. I'll tell you. Let's talk about your. Do you know how? When did this happen? Right, kind of thing. Because when you look, that's why I love current pictures, and I don't like AI enhanced or anything.
Yeah.
I don't. When I do photo shoots, I do not allow them to. What do you call that? Touch up and all that. They do little stuff, but now don't try to turn me into something that.
No, exactly.
Right. Now, my current, because that's way I keep my fingers on the pulse of the current aging zone.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it that way. So my current aging zone, what's aging now that I see it happening. So, and instead of ignoring it or shopping for some product first, I embrace it. Mm-hmm. And I try to understand it. What is causing this? Why is it happening? What could it look like 2 years from now? And so here it is currently. It's in two places. Well, really three, because if you count both arms. So I have noticed that underneath here, because who was it? Oh, Lionel Richie. When we're watching American Idol, they froze him on the screen. Brian did, because we had a phone call or something, and his neck. And I said, see, that's my neck at 70. It's going to look exactly like that, because I'm 63 in a few months. And Brian said, why did you say? I said, because it's already starting. So it's like when you can pull your skin and it stays there.
Yeah.
It's also happening on the back of my elbows.
Okay.
And I was like, is that because I lost the weight and that skin? You know, will it tighten up? So now what it's doing, it's encouraging me to seek, and I'm learning about collagen and what you can do with your skin. Because, you know, my husband, we go traveling, he got to check a whole, you might get mad at me, anyway, a whole piece of luggage with nothing but his product. And I used to go, whatever. But now I'm thinking more about it. So let me ask you something. What do you know about our skin? About collagen? Is there a natural way?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, you know, as we age, that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Would you consider doing a facelift?
Look, if I had it, look.
Would you consider doing a facelift?
No, absolutely not. Because with my luck, I ain't trying to turn out like the cat lady.
Yeah.
Remember her?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you don't have to go that deep, but I mean, you know.
Well, I do have a coaching client who went to a South American country, a male. Used to be a big model with Calvin Klein and stuff like that.
Okay.
He just went and had his eyelids done. But I don't think, no, you know why? Because I like men, we have it easier.
Yeah. And we are what we are, you know?
Huh?
We are what we are. It is what it is, you know?
Well, and there's not as much pressure on men as it is women.
Exactly.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. We could still be old as dirt and still, you know, get the young, fresh ones. You know?
And here's another thing I do. Thank God for my birth family. The men in my birth family, ask Brian. They look like, first of all, they dress like they shop at the Isley Brothers store. Because I mean, they be sharp as a tack, all of them. And then these boys walk in at the family reunion. You think the prison just let them out? Y'all just got parole. I almost said it didn't work. They come out, they buffed, and because you know, my great grandfather was 116 years old and had his last child at 116. No, I'm lying. He had Archie when he was 97.
What?
He died when he was 116.
How old was the girl?
He outlived 3 wives. They were all younger than him. He's the cover of all our family reunion booklets. Right. Yep. Yes. As a matter of fact, talk about that, because your family, how far back can you trace? Look at it. We almost out of time.
I needed to do that that thing. I haven't done that yet. I need to do that thing, but I can't.
Genealogy thing.
Yeah, I have one, but I need to send it in.
Which one are you going to use?
I forgot the one I had. Somebody gave it to me as a gift, and I need to send it in.
You should. I'm going to see something real quick.
Yeah.
So, Charles, when are you going to start? Are you going to start posting? Oh, look, I want to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all him. Here he is with his last wife. We have a family page. Let me show you him. Yeah, this the patriarch, y'all. I need to quit saying I'm trying to be the black ass male Betty White and start saying I'm trying to be my great grandpa.
Yeah, right.
Look at that.
Okay.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. And he walked 5 miles to town and 5 miles back, so 10 miles total every single day. Matter of fact, that's where he died, on the road walking back from town.
Wow.
And that's his third wife. And most of his wives were 20 to 25 years younger than him.
Yeah.
He outlived all 3 of them and had a total of 18 children. No, right? Isn't that something?
You ever thought about having any kids?
No, not in real life. Too old.
Oh.
Then how many do you have? 3?
4 that I know of.
And what are the ages of your kids, by the way? I've always wondered that.
8, 14, 16, and 30. So
30?
Yeah.
30.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I had them young.
That's it. We're gonna close on that with my mouth wide open.
Hold on, let me. I haven't done this before.
What are you doing?
I want to get a little dance for y'all. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had nobody do a little sip.
Oh no! Oh no! You know, no. What? Don't turn that around. Robert Booker, I know what you're gonna say. Robert Booker puts "Turn It Around" my album. Robert said 30. You so retarded. We're not supposed to use that word anymore. I remember I used to get whoopings for saying that word. I called my sister return. My mom made me go in my room for the rest of the day. That's an ugly word. Seriously, we couldn't even say fart.
Yeah.
She would say, that is an ugly word. And to this day, all my nieces and nephews say, ew, somebody did an ugly word. They will not say the word. And they're like 50 and 60 years old. It's just cray. Listen. Sure. Listen. Thanks, Charles, for coming in. You can always count on you.
Yes.
I'll see you soon.
Yes. Love you.
Oh, love you too. You guys get out of here. Make it the best day ever. Find yourselves somewhere. Find one E and one R and take everything you already are, from great to greater, bright to brighter, smart to smarter, and my personal favorite, kind to kinder. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Who do we have? Ooh, Shawnee Pride is here. You need to watch tomorrow, Charles. Shawnee Pride, she is an African American. She is gorgeous. And she is a director, a film producer. She's out in LA, and she is remarkable. Remember young Sherry Belafonte?
Oh, yeah.
10 times better.
Okay.
10 times. Wait till you see. Well, wait a minute. Wait, real quick. I'm going to just pop her up on the screen real quick.
Okay.
And it's not even her looks, it's her heart. Here she is. See her?
Okay, yeah.
Isn't she gorgeous?
Yeah.
Shawnee Pride here tomorrow, you guys. You're going to love this girl. I promise you. So listen, don't let my screen door slam on your way out of here, and make your way back tomorrow. You won't be sorry. And, oh, Lord. I apologize. In case somebody had just eaten and you're cleaning up. Clean up aisle 7. Sorry, that's Charles. Y'all, have the best day ever. Don't let my screen door slam on the way out. And remember, Dr. Lauren tells you every day, I love you. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye, Charles. Thank you.
soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind.